Hello guys, I am Akansh. Today my friend and Nishant and I will discuss how the SURF algorithm works. Firstly, what is SURF? It is a robust interest point detector and descriptor which is called speeded up robust features, abbreviated as SURF. This approach for detection and description outperforms previously proposed schemes with respect to repeatability, distinctiveness and robustness, and yet can be computed very fast. Some of the applications where SURF can be implemented are camera calibration, object detection, 3D reconstruction, image registration, and many more. The author mainly focused on speeding up the process of interest point detection. Nevertheless, it should be less complicated. At the same time, it should be scale invariant, rotation invariant, and photometric variation should be taken care of. Finally, the size of the descriptor should be less, but it should also have enough information for distinctiveness. As feature size directly affects the cost of computation, we try to maintain the descriptor as low as possible. The algorithm is explained in two parts, detector and descriptor. But before that, we'll just have a quick review of the previously related works. Firstly, the Harris corner detector. Here, the key point is detected by computing the eigenvalues of second order moment matrix, but it didn't take care scale invariation. Second is the Laplacian of Gaussian. This algorithm overcame the drawback of Harris corner, so it is scale invariant. It used a Hessian matrix determinant for detection of key point. Thirdly, Harris Laplacian detector. This is an upgraded version of Harris corner where it uses Harris corner response for key detection and Laplacian for scale detection. And finally, Swift. This is one of the most widely used technique. It approximates the Laplacian of Gaussian as difference of Gaussian, which reduces the computation cost drastically. But only disadvantages is its 128 descriptor. Here is a quick overview of the SURF algorithm. As said before, we have two parts, detector and descriptor. In detector, we will discuss mainly about Hessian matrix, difference of Gaussian, integral image, and in the descriptor part, we will discuss about Hare-Wavelet response, reduced complexity, and the sign of Laplacian. Now coming to the methodology, we based our detector on Hessian matrix, but on because of its good performance in computation time and accuracy. However, rather than using a different measure of selecting the location and the scale, we rely on the determinant of Hessian for both. Given a point x comma y in an image I, the Hessian matrix is given by the following expression. Here Lxx is nothing but the Gaussian second order derivative of the image at point x comma y, and similarly Lxy and Lyy. Further, this difference of Gaussian is being approximated into a box like filter. This is nothing but Hare-Wavelet filters. We will discuss later how the approximation will help us in faster computation when we are using integral image. The entry of an integral image I at a location x comma y is represented by the sum of all the pixels in the input image of the rectangular region formed by the point x and the origin. Evaluating the sum of the intensities over an regular area requires only 4 array references regardless the size of the image, that is A, B, C and D. Normally, summing up all the pixels in the given region will at least take order of n squared time, but using the power of integral image, this can be only computed in 3 operations, which is constant time for any given region. Example and understand how the integral image helps in faster computation. Here is an image I and we have computed its integral image, and integral image is nothing but, as discussed before, is a sum. the value of integral image is nothing but summation of all pixel values up to the point including it. So if we add up all the values in this given region, we get 988, and similarly if we add up all the pixel values in this given region, we get 3490. So if we want to compute the filter response of this particular region, we just need to have four reference values, which is P, Q, R and S, and it can be computed by P minus Q minus S plus R, gives the summation of all the pixel values given in this region. So we can see that the complexity has been drastically reduced from order of n square to order of 1, which is constant time. As said before, we will be approximating the Gaussians of Gaussian. As said before, we will be again approximating the difference of Gaussian into simple filters, and these are nothing but Haar wavelet filters. The Haar wavelet response can be easily computed by the properties of integral images. Finding the filter response, we will find the determinant of Hessian matrix, but as we have seen that we have approximated the Laplacian of Gaussian filter into a approximate difference of Gaussian, then there is some mismatch. Therefore, to take into consideration this mismatch, we have made some modification to the determinant of Hessian matrix, which is dxx into dyy minus 0.9 times of dxy whole square. Now coming to the scale invariance approach, for finding the key points, we generally convolve the filter with different subscaled images and then do non-maximal suppression in the final step to remove the unnecessary key points. As of this approach, it is a small disadvantage here. We are subsampling the original image, so the quality of image or the information is being lost when we subsample it more and more. But in SURF algorithm, as we have seen the power of integral image, what we can do is, instead of subsampling the image, we can make the image constant and then vary the scale of the filter with an approximate sigma value. Here sigma is nothing but the standard deviation of Laplacian of Gaussian filter. Our initial filter is of scale 9 cross 9 and with a sigma of 1.2, and we can increase the scale and changing the sigma value accordingly, and then apply non-maximum suppression at the final stage to remove any unnecessary key points. Here this is our original filter scale size, which is 9 cross 9, and its sigma value is 1.2, and accordingly if we take another filter increase size of 15 cross 15, then the sigma value will be 2, so on. And this is the end of key point detector.
Now comes the descriptor. It mainly consists of two parts. The first step consists of fixing a dominant orientation based on information from a circular region around the key point. Then we construct a square region aligned to the selected orientation and extract the SURF descriptor from it. Firstly, we calculate the Haar wavelet response in x and y direction, and this in a circular neighborhood of radius 6s around the key point, with s the scale at which the key point was detected. Also, the sampling step is scale dependent and chosen to be s. The wavelet responses of size 4s are computed at that current scale s. Accordingly, at high scales of the size of the wavelets is big. Therefore, integral images are used again for fast filtering. Only 6 operations are now needed to compute the response in x or y direction at any scale. The side length of the wavelets is 4s. Once the wavelet responses are calculated and weighted with a Gaussian of sigma 2.5s centered at the interest point, the responses are represented as vectors in a space with horizontal response strength along the abscissa and the vertical response strength along the ordinate. We then calculate the sum of the vertical and horizontal wavelet responses in a scanning area, then change the scanning orientation and recalculate until we find the orientation with the largest sum value. And now this acts as the dominant direction of our feature descriptor. For the extraction of the descriptor, the first step consists of constructing a square region centered around the interest point and oriented along the dominant orientation. For the upright version, this transformation is not necessary. The size of this window is 20s. The region is now split into smaller 4x4 square subregions. This keeps important spatial information in it. For each subregion, we compute a few simple features at 5x5 regularly spaced sample points. For reasons of simplicity, we call dx the Haar wavelet response in horizontal direction and dy as the Haar wavelet response in the vertical direction, where the filter size is 2s. Horizontal and vertical here is defined in relation to the selected interest point orientation. So to increase the robustness towards geometric deformations, the responses dx and dy are first weighted with a Gaussian again of sigma 3.3s and centered at the interest point. Further, to improve the robustness of the model, we apply a Gaussian filter of sigma 3.3 over the obtained Haar wavelet responses. This resulting wavelet responses dx and dy are summed up over each subregion and form a first set of entries to the feature vector. In order to bring in information about the polarity of intensity changes, we also extract the sum of absolute values of the responses, magnitude of dx and magnitude of dy. Hence, each subregion has a 4-dimensional descriptor now, which in a vector x for its underlying intensity structure, where the vector v is given by dx, dy, mod dx and mod dy. This results in a descriptor vector for all 4x4 subregions of length 64. The wavelet responses are invariant to a bias in illumination. They are invariant to contrast changes, and it is achieved by turning the descriptor into a unit vector. Here we can see that the Haar wavelet response for some intensity patterns. For the first one, as it is a uniform region, we will have all Haar wavelet responses as 0. In the second, we can see that there is a change in gradient along x, but dx is equal to 0 as there are equal number of positive and negative gradient changes, whereas the absolute value of dx is non-zero. And in final images, both gradient and absolute gradient along the x are high. For fast indexing during the matching stage, the sign of Laplacian, that is the trace of the Hessian matrix, for the underlying interest point is also included. Typically, the interest points are found at blob-type structures. The sign of the Laplacian distinguishes bright blobs on dark backgrounds from the reverse situation. This feature is available at no extra computational cost as it was already computed during the detection phase. In the matching stage, we only compare features if they have same type of contrast. Hence, this minimal information allows for faster matching and gives a slight increase in performance. So this is how the implementer is implemented. So first we have an image, and then these are different type of augmentations possible. We kind of try to stretch the image or rotate the image to see whether our descriptor or the detector is invariant to rotation. These are the results we obtain from our code, which will be given in the description. So we can see that the surf matching is done properly, irrespective of whether the image is upright, whether it is rotated, whether its scale is changed, whether it's stretched, zoomed in, zoomed out, etc. So these are the references we have taken for integral images and for the surf implementation code. So that's all from our side. Hope it was useful. Thank you.